by Dallas, make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Monday night. Yes, sir. The smoke is out. Which obviously means now it is time for the one and the only. This is. Y'all know what to say. We've been saying it for so long. The big time show that is being seen and heard live right now as we speak. We are here. We are here tonight to talk about some good Cowboy talk. And tonight is going to be a little different because I really don't have nothing new to say, really, to be honest with you, other than sounding too repetitive. Don't want to sound repetitive. And I've been neglecting most of you by not allowing your voice to be heard other than in the chat. But tonight, we're going to do it a little different tonight. Hope that you would join in. Want you guys to, I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys tonight. Let y'all talk. And I'll just respond off what most of y'all say. How about that? Because, as I've said before, we're in a position now where we're in the hands of Jerry and Steven right now. There's no question about it. And we heard a little glimpse of that today, which is what I kind of want to talk about. Listen, I'm sharing right now. I hope you guys will come in and share. Help your boy out real quick. Hope that you will come in and share. Let everybody know that I'm here, ready to rock, ready to get it done, ready to put my little 2 cents into this tremendous conversation that we call Dallas Cowboys for life. Just want to add my little 2 cents to it. Hope that you guys had a great day. Listen, if you want to contribute to this podcast, you can. And I'm talking in terms of financial. Y'all know it by now. If you're on Facebook, you can use those stars. If you're on YouTube, you can use that super chat button there. If you want, you can use the Cash App, which is $ the Big Time Show. You can do that as well. But most of all, if you're not going to do that, the very least you could do is hit that like button for you, boy. It would not cost you absolutely nothing if you would hit that Cash App, forgive me, that like button. It would just help me out tremendously. Or at least on YouTube, it would suggest the show to faces that I haven't seen or heard from. Put my show into places that I never imagined, as it has done already. And so I need your help with that. And you can do that simply by just hitting that like button. If you're on YouTube, hit that heart button. I need about 20 a piece. If you're on Facebook, obviously all you got to do is smash that like button. It won't take you no more than 6 seconds to give me 20 a piece for those that are here. If you're on TikTok, you can share as well. I think I'm right about that. I'm just not a TikTok type guy. I should be, but I'm just not. And so I need to get better on that. So I can't really tell you. I know you can share on TikTok. I know you can do that. I know you can. And I hope that you would help your boy out tonight. All right, let me speak to everybody that's here, at least in the building so far. And then we'll go ahead and move on. See what we got here. I got Dak Owns Filthy in the building. Jason Chapper, what's going on? The Con Man is in the building. What's up, man? Appreciate you popping in on me. Thank you so much. People don't have to do it, and I just appreciate when y'all do that and give me a few minutes of your time, or if you stay with me this whole time, I appreciate it right off the top. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we heard from Steven, as I knew we would. It's that time. I've heard that. Shane, I see you popping in. Shane says, now I'm getting word. I heard a rumor that the Cowboys are looking at Jackson Dart, quarterback, with the 12th pick. That is, just in case you don't know who Jackson Dart is, that is the Ole Miss quarterback who is gaining a lot of traction lately. And he's a good quarterback. He really is. But what's up, Sports Junkie? He's, Jason Dart is a good quarterback. Comes, if you want to really dig into him a little bit, he's learned somewhat of a pro system because of who his coach is, and that's Lane Kiffin, who has, been in the pros, runs more of a pro style offense in college. So he's been, and one thing about Lane Kiffin, his quarterbacks have always done pretty well. It's no surprise. Dart will, he's gained probably the most traction as far as quarterback goes. So, I mean, it's not a bad pick, but certainly not at 12. Not to me. Shane, I see what you're saying. That's just a rumor. You're just hearing the names. And then to top it off, to go back to what we heard Steven talk today. And it's been put out that the quarterbacks, the Cowboys are looking to draft a quarterback. Now, just because they're looking to draft a quarterback, that does not necessarily mean that is in the first round or the second round or something like that. But they probably are. And to be honest with you, can't blame them, to be truthful. Considering if they are not going with Cooper Rush again, if they are not going with Trey Lance, then it's obvious we got to draft a quarterback. That's obvious, unless you're going to sign two veterans. Hey, Lee, I see you. Thanks for popping in. If you are not planning, if you don't have plans on signing a veteran quarterback, you're going to need a quarterback. The Cowboys usually carry 3. I don't know what Coach Schottenheimer's way is yet. We don't know that. So it's kind of hard to determine that. I don't know, what his style is, because we've never seen it as a head coach. He might go 2. I doubt it, but he may have 3. I don't know. And the truth of the matter is, you don't know either. Y'all forgive me for that. I have a cold, so it is what it is. I don't know. If I was to put, a little money on it, I would say that we're gonna have 3 quarterbacks. That's just my thought. Seemed like the right thing to do, but we'll see. You'll see it eventually, But I like Jackson Dart. I'm sorry. I like him. There's no sense in me lying about it. I think he'll be fine. I just don't think we need to get him at 12. Like, if that's the rumor, what you heard, I wouldn't like that at all because that'll let me know the Cowboys ain't serious about winning. Why would you draft a first round quarterback who potentially will not play unless Dak Prescott get hurt? There's nowhere in the world that Jerry Jones will allow a $60 million quarterback to ever ride the bench unless he is hurt. There's no way, no how. I don't even want to entertain it. I don't even want to talk about it because I know that would not happen. So it'll be a wasted pick if you ask me. In the first round, if you do that, and there's gonna be a lot of people mad. I'll be one of them. But knowing how the Cowboys are, they always try to be, the smartest man in the room. They always gonna do opposite of what the fans want. They're always gonna do the wrong thing. So they've done it before. Wouldn't be surprised if it happened again. I don't think they would do that, but stranger things have happened. Oh, Nightbot. Hey, Nightbot. How you doing, man? Nightbot is telling me to quit playing with that microphone and get a job. Nightbot, I have a job. I have a job. And the microphone that I have, I paid for it. So anytime a man, I think you're a man. I don't know if you're a man or female. I don't know. Anytime a man or a woman want to tell another grown man how to spend his money, that's kind of raggedy, don't you think? So, but I appreciate your comment though. Now watch what you say right after this now, because I usually, I've been doing this playing with this microphone, as you say, for the last 3 years, going on 4 now. It's turned into a pretty nice hustle for me, if you want to say that. Most people have a hustle, It's just another way to get a little income in the house, Get by my family and all, That's what people do. But be careful what you say right here, because out of those 4 years, or going on 4 years, I haven't blocked too many people. The only ones, I think I've only blocked 3 people in all these 3 years or so, because I let people have their voice. I don't mind that at all. Just as long as everybody stay respectful, I don't mind. But, be careful what you say right here, because you can be number 4. Please keep that in mind. Just be careful what you say, because you seem like one of those people that just like to hop on and say something, hit and run and all that type of stuff. You get blocked real quick. So just keep that in mind. Just be careful what you say next, because you have to go to another show in a minute. Okay, just keep that in mind. Now back to what I was saying. I just had to do that because people like to try to come on and think they run something. I had to let the Nightbot know that I'm the big bot. I'm big time. Yeah. What the crowd say about that? Woo! Wee. See, I know how to tell you all real smooth and nicely. It is what it is. Let's go with it. So Steven he talked a little bit more. That ain't what I want to talk about real quick before I turn it over to you guys. Listen, not quite yet, but I have that ticker going tonight because I want you to see the number that you're going to call in on. Not now, not yet. Let me finish saying what I got to say. Then I'm going to open it up and let you guys kind of close the show out. That's how I feel about it tonight. We'll talk about anything. But Steven said this, that the part that had me worried, Shane, was not about, he didn't say anything about Jackson Dart. I don't know where you got your rumor from, but he just said a quarterback. What I'm worried about is what he actually said that was on camera. And he said that we will be selectively aggressive in free agency. That had me a little messed up because that's what they've always been. See, I keep telling y'all, until I see a big difference, I'm not going to get hype about anything concerning Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones. He said, we got to do things just a little differently. We have to look at all that. But when he topped it off saying we're going to be selectively aggressive. Well, that's what in other words, you have a strategy. Well, we've seen the strategy. The strategy is to draft and develop. The strategy is, as far as free agents goes, the strategy is for you to always get the bottom of the barrel free agents, not the top, not the impact guys. You only do things for depth. That's the only free agents that we really get. It's for depth purposes, not impact, depth. The Cowboys specialize in that right there. So I would not be surprised, again, when he says we will be selectively aggressive. That means that if you want to be positive about it, then I'll jump in with you on that. It could mean that we got our eyes targeted on one or two guys, maybe in free agency. I'll give you that if you want to be positive. But I can't be positive because I know Stephen Jones. He done showed me enough. I know what he likes, and then I know what he don't like. Been seeing him do it too long. He don't want to spend no money. He only wants to do cheap free agents. He wants to hit in the draft because he loves the draft and developmental style of playing football. That's the Stephen Jones I know. I don't know nothing about this rolling the dice on free agents. I just don't know about it. So I can't give him no credit. I have no reason right now to be optimistic. I don't see no optimism yet. I'll wait and see who we will be signing from our little team as far as free agency goes. Like the OCs, the Jordan Lewises, these type of guys who are already on our team. Let's see who we are going to go after. And with the guys, we ain't gonna be able to sign everybody. You know that. But it'd be interesting to see who we're going to sign. All right. I told you guys that's really all I'm going to talk about because I really want you guys to take over the show. And on that note, I ain't even 20 minutes in. I'm serious, y'all. I need you guys to call in on that line right there. You can call in on the line. It's the number you'll see floating across the ticker in just a few seconds. You'll be able to see it. There's 901. Jeez, I forgot my own phone. There it is, 901-654-6853. Phone line is open right now. You can call in right now. Okay? You can call in right now. We'll talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. I owe this to you guys because I've been talking for the last God knows how long, essentially saying some of the same things. And you'll probably jump on the line and say some of the things, but it's all good. The reason why I'm saying this is because we're at that point that there's really not going to be nothing new. This is the time, I call it the dead time of the Cowboys, where Steven and Jerry now take over the franchise. It's their move now. It really is their move. Free agency, draft is coming up. It is what it is. Jason says Genty at 1, first round. Simmons at second round. Bond at 3. I don't think Isaiah Bond will be lasting to round 3, Jason. I don't think so. I think he's going to go further than that. I really do. I think he's going to go further than that. I just can't see it. I think he's good enough, ready to go second round. To be honest with you, so I don't think that's going to happen. Genty at 1 is losing steam, y'all. Genty is losing steam at 1. Let me ask y'all this question. Hey, yeah, all right.
Call from Coach Marv. To accept, press 1.
All right. What better way to start it off with the one and only Coach Marv in the building? What's going on?
What's going on, Big Joe? How you doing, brother?
I'm trying to do the best I can out here. What's going on?
Yeah, man.
Let me know, guys, if y'all can hear Coach Marv. Please type in yes, you can hear him, and let me know so that I can make some adjustments if need be. But go ahead, Coach Marv.
Yeah, man. It's been a hectic time out here, man. I've been kind of laying low on a lot of stuff because, I'm not really into the gossip of the gossip of football. I've learned, and I wish our Cowboys fans learned that, all the rumors that stars out and all that, you just have to wait and watch what they do.
You go.
All the talk is good. It's good conversation, and I know for the people with content, there's always great content for you to get to dispel rumors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This rumor about it kills me when these sources say that the Cowboys were talking about trading Michael Parsons and this and that, and nobody can ever tell you the source.
Yeah.
But it's always the source that comes out. Yeah. And when we get a source that come out, we take it to heart. Like
it's the gospel.
No doubt about it.
Yeah,
that's what they talked about.
Uh-huh.
So it's amazing to me. It's really amazing to me that you gotta understand somewhere with the Cowboys when it comes to their own players. And I'm just speaking back. They have never let one of their big time players hit the open market.
Yep.
Everybody that they have signed, that they wait because they can't go no place else.
Uh-huh.
So we play this waiting game. Now they see a very good player in Osa.
Mm-hmm.
Film don't lie on Osa. I think sometimes we equate a guy that can play great based off the record of the football team.
Mm-hmm.
But we look at Osa, and I think this past year, I think this was the first year, I think in the last half of the season he played. And I commented on this many times when we were being False Cowboys when we were doing the live stream. We got down to the last 4 or 5 games. I commented something about Osa at that particular time. We used to have very good said what they were what we would call a stress test in Osa.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is all his previous 3 years there, he only played the max he played at 57% of defense.
Uh-huh.
He was in a, so you take his stats and he's playing 60% of the snaps, and a little bit less than 60% of the snaps. Well, you're not going to have what we call over the top numbers not playing that, because when most of the better top rate defensive tackles, they playing 75 to 80% of the snaps.
Uh-huh.
So you're paying. So what they did when they got to the last 4 or 5 games of this year, you saw him on the field 75% of the snaps in the last half of the season. What they were doing is stress test, and they were saying, okay, can he get to the point where we can depend on him, and can he be dependable on the workplace 75% of the snaps of a top-notch defensive tackle?
Mm-hmm.
And if he does, his stats going to move up greatly. Now, paying 45, 57%, paying 75%, you're going to see some more pressures. You're going to see some more sacks if you go and be playing that many that amount of snaps. And you understand snaps is very important. So you play half of the snaps, yeah, you know it's going to be kind of screwed. And I think with this defensive tackle, this defensive line coach they got in, I know he can watch on film. He can say, "Hey, I want that guy."
Mm-hmm.
And if he can take the other guys he'll work with to another level, I know he can take this guy to another level because there's a couple of things that works in his favor. One, Osa has never been hurt. He only missed, I think, one game in the 4 years. So that means he has what we call a dependable body. Mm-hmm. So I know he done had some nicks and bruises, but he still has when the bell rung, he was there on Sunday. So that's the type of guy. So when they say they're talking to him, because why, Joe? He's about to become open market people, and the Cowboys never get any bidding war. I'm not telling you something that's not. This is fact about the Cowboys. If they get in a bidding war, they don't get into no bidding war with anybody. That's why they sign people at the end of free agency, because those people have dried up their people that's looking at them. So now they're only bidding against themselves, so they can say, but they're not getting into a bidding war, right? Because one, people think it's because of money. Yeah, it's because of money. But the second thing is ego.
Yep.
Because you get in the bidding war and you lose, it's a slap to the Cowboys' face and saying we are not the ideal destination that we try to portray, that everybody would come here for less money because this is the palace in the sky to play for. So try to stay away from that. We try to stay away from those things that we have to say that we're wrong. One thing the Jones don't ever say, that we're wrong or that we got shunned upon, that somebody turned on us. We don't want to be in those types of situations, because that's how you build your ego. That's what they're trying to keep the brand going. But I think the key to this year is, I think everybody wants, I know our fans, we're so key about getting impact players. I just got in a conversation and talking to somebody about Philadelphia this year. Philadelphia, yes, everybody looks at Saquon Barkley. Okay, that's perfect. Look at Saquon Barkley. But I tell you what made them, what's the difference, and it showed when they got to the Super Bowl. Their defense became number one because their defense had talent last year, but their defensive coaching staff was horrible. When you start changing the defensive coordinators, they got to the point they got this with. So what they did was they brought Vangelo back in from Miami. They gave him everybody that he wanted on his staff, which they paid some good money to get these guys on the staff. And this staff got these players to play at another level. They had Milton Williams to play at another level. Sweat came to another level. They got rid of Hassan Reddick and still got better.
Won a world championship.
They got a rookie. They had a rookie slot corner and a rookie off corner. Rookies.
Yeah.
One of the slot corner picked off a ball and ran it into the end zone.
Yeah.
They had linebacker problems last year. They got rid of the guy to do with Braun got better as a linebacker. They got the Georgia guy where he was playing sparingly, but he got him healthy and he started playing better. And then when he got hurt in the playoffs, they kept on going. Their defensive end, remember the guy they got from Georgia? He didn't even play much the year before, but they got him to get to a level that he was productive in what they did. They got the big guy from Georgia in shape to go a little bit better. They lost Cox, remember? They lost Cox last year, but they got guys to come in and play. When they lost guys, people say, man, how you lose Hall of Famers and you get better? How you get rid of Sharon Reddick and you get better? Because they didn't run away from coaching.
True.
That coaching staff told their ownership and said, you hire the big guys. You sign the big guys. We know you can't sign everybody. That's my job, to get the best out of everybody else so we can cover those holes. I can't expect you to go buy everything. I got to be able to do some things to get some people to levels that y'all might not think and get them playing cohesively together, and we can win with this. Well, if the Joneses feel like they did a great job of putting the grocery in, and they may have to go get a player here and there, hopefully, like Schottenheimer said, we're going to go get one hell of a coaching staff, and we're going to go win some games. So that's telling me that he felt that the coaching staff that was surrounded them might not be the best coaching staff in the world to go out and win some football games and to get this level of confidence. Now, yes, you're going to have to get some free agents. And yes, you have to do some free agents because, think about it, Big Show, when the Cowboys tell you that they're going to go free agent shopping, when you had 27 guys on your roster in 1 year, the contract is ended and the whole coaching staff ended, you have no choice but to deal with free agency because you got to fill a whole team. Yeah. So there's no choice that you're going to go around trying to sign guys and get guys for other teams and sign your guys. There's no choice about that. There's no way around that. You're not able to draft that many players. So they're not telling you something that they're changing philosophy. They're telling you something that they have to do because that's the only way they could be able to do it this year.
Yep.
So don't fall for the woo and think, hey man, they're changing up their whole thing. They're not, listen, impact players are already on this team. Mm-hmm. If your nucleus is not Tyler Smith, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons, and Bland, right? All these guys have been all pros. Yeah. There ain't too many teams got that many all pros
at key positions
on their team. Right?
At those positions.
That's right.
Yeah. At those
and then you got some young guys like Neil Fowl and what name did the other linebacker if he can stay healthy.
Overshown.
And then you got a guy that's on a cuff at Osa, which I think he could be a superstar. You're not going to go out here and get that much. This is when I tell people the Cowboys is a talented football team. If you check around the NFL, you ain't got that many people that got that many guys that got that much hardware of individual accolades. Uh-huh. So what you have to do is, this team has been an underachieving, undercoached football team since Mike McCarthy got here. Mm-hmm. And the only thing, and I've always said this, Jerry took the things that he did with Jimmy. He learned some things, and he learned some things when Bill Parcells got there. He learned about talent. They worked on getting Will McClain, getting their talent structure together. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that he has stood on that has failed him for 30 years, when he meant in his heart of hearts that he can get 500 coaches if he had talent. That's what he said. Yeah. He got rid of Jimmy. That's what got him out of here. Yeah. I can get 500 guys to come here and win a Super Bowl if I got the talent.
Same thing he said.
And he's been trying to do that. Mm-hmm. He's been trying to do that for 30 years. But now he's maybe come to the point and said, listen, we might not like Schottenheimer, right?
Yeah.
But Schottenheimer says, one thing Schottenheimer probably learned from his dad, from Pete Carroll, and everybody else. Once he got his chance to get the head of the head thing, he may have learned from his predecessors that he is only as good as the coaching staff that he builds around him. And you cannot go in there with a Scott McCurley when Scott McCurley being a linebacker coach, what a name, the running back coach of a guy that's never coached running backs and be your running game coordinator that you got out of rehab someplace. You can't go to these things and then put them on the thing and say, I'm going to take these guys and we're going to get to another level. A guy that's an offensive line coach that is 85 years old, that coach with Tom Landry, and say, I'm going to get these guys to another level.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they changed their philosophy and say, now, are they going to let them cook? I'm going to tell you one thing. They gave the reins to McCarthy when he first got there. But them Joneses are like a mom, like a hot dad or mom be with their children.
Cancel, man.
When they get of age, you turn them with the reins. You say, okay, I'm going to trust you. Go ahead and do it. But when the best up, then we start pulling the reins in.
Yeah.
Then we start making all, hey, you got to come through us first. Now you got to ask us what you're going to do first.
Yeah.
And if he can take this first step and get this team to another level, but I would say this again, you have heard me say this 3 years, Big Show.
Yep.
Those who sweat more in peace bleed less in war.
Yep.
And if the way that they train, the way training camp is, if that doesn't change, all the toughness of coaching mentality and all that stuff they're talking about, that ain't gonna work, because you got to put work behind it. And if you're not working harder than the Kansas Cities and the Philadelphias when it comes to training camp, you're not gonna beat them.
Yep.
But I'll tell you one thing too, Big Show. When you trying to, you know this in anything, you know this in church and everything else. When you're trying to change culture, there's growing pains.
Yep. Don't happen overnight.
Growing pains.
Don't happen overnight.
That's right. And you're gonna find out that some people in the room that we may think is good, that the may think is good, that some people that they may be good, but they don't fit the culture you need to win. Yeah. And they may fit somebody else's culture, but they don't fit your culture to win. Philadelphia thought Hassan Reddick was good, but he didn't fit the culture of them getting to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Truth.
And the Kansas City felt that what the receiver was, he was really good, but he didn't fit the culture for us to continue to win, because we had someone that may have become a little selfish, but we didn't need that selfishness here. So we're going to find out there's going to be some people, but the key to when you find out if you're a good coach when you want to change culture, the key is finding the imposter.
Yep.
Fans out there, look up the word imposters. Those people who fake like they're all about winning the championship. But when it comes to doing the sacrifices and the grit to get there, they ain't that person.
Yeah.
So find the imposters, get rid of the imposters, find your people who fit your culture, not the people who are the biggest name guys. Find the guys, the right pieces of the guys that fit your culture. Put the work in, and then we'll say we'll let the chips fall where they're made. But I feel better for us getting to 6 that way, because there ain't no other way but the right way. And we know in this country, trying to do it the wrong way gonna get you exactly what you asked for.
Wow.
A dead end dark road.
Wow. I appreciate it, Coach.
Appreciate the Big Show.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks.
Have a good one, man. Keep
You
on
too.
pushing out there, brother.
All right, now. Bye-bye. That was the one and only Coach Marv. Look, the call-in line is open, 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853. You can call in now. I told you guys I really wasn't going to do too much talking tonight. I was going to let y'all have the show tonight. I only talked for maybe about 15 minutes. After that, I was just going to open it up and let you guys talk about what parts you want to talk about. Coach Marv brought out a lot of interesting points there. And the main point is, and what Cowboys fans have to do, I know we want it, but you're going to have to let these guys establish their culture, whatever that may be. Is it good or is it bad? Only time will tell, but you just don't, it's going to be rare that, you come back and just go straight to the Super Bowl. You got to have building blocks. If that happened for us, that we go to the Super Bowl, of course we're going to take it. No question about it. But usually teams have to go through, as Coach said, you got to weed the imposters out and let the real ones go. And sometimes that has to involve some people that you may love, actually. When we start talking about people like DeMarcus Lawrence, for instance, there's going to be a real debate about him. And sometimes you have to sacrifice others for I'm not going to say the betterment, but I want to say, some things make sense. Some things are not going to make sense. And for me, I heard what Coach said about Osi. Osi is a good player. I believe he's played himself into a nice piece of position. And if I'm Osi, I am testing free agency, because I know that some team is going to want to pay, drive up the price, and will be willing to pay the price. And you only get a couple chances at the bite of the free agent apple. If you allow me to say that tonight, you only get a few chances. These guys don't plan on working for the rest of their lives. And so for some will leave. Some will leave an organization. Some will go to the bottom of the barrel if the team is willing to offer them, $21, $19, $20 million a year. Then they're going to take the money. They'll worry about winning in another 3 or 4 years. And I believe Osi is at that point where it just means I don't have no way of proving it. I just know that this is his best shot in his whole career at free agency. This is his best shot. Where if he will not get any hotter than he is right now. He got hot at the right time as far as in the contract. War, whatever you want to call it, negotiation. Osi played very well last year, and in my view, played himself into some money. This is going to be the best chance that he's had as of now in his career to make some real money. And that's why I don't believe that the Cowboys are going to get, pay him. I heard the rumor about the franchise tag and all that type of stuff. I just don't see it. I think Osi we'll find out how much he's worth. And I believe there'll be some teams, yes, that will overpay for him. And I don't think the Cowboys will match it or have the desire to. But Osi earned it, and I just think that that's what's going to happen. So I disagree with Coach Marv on that. I think he can be, I think Coach used the word to say he's a budding superstar. I just say he's a good player, but I don't see superstar over him. What I see is a very good player who's a playmaker at his position, and he does that well. But to be honest today, I'm going to say he's also the same guy that I saw get pushed around in running games over the last previous years. That's what I saw. He's not, an Aaron Donald, nor should we suspect him to be. But he's turned himself into a weapon on defense that you can use. I will give him that. I just don't think he's $20 million worth. It's just me. I just don't see it. But some people will want him back. And even if you franchise him, then you're defeating the purpose by using the franchise tag, at least in that position, because I don't know what the money is for a free agent, for the franchise tag at defensive tackle. I don't think it's that crazy amount of money, but I don't know if the Cowboys really want to go that route as far as, that'll go all against the cap, whatever those monies are. I like Osi, but I'm not paying $21 million for him. Not me. Now, y'all might. Y'all might, but I won't. Hey, what's up, AC? The Eagle fan in the house. I'm not paying that. I'm not. And I'm not saying you can get a better option in free agency and all that type of stuff. See, I don't want the committee route. Let's go get 2 or 3 defensive tackles and all that type of stuff. I don't want that. I need a difference maker. OC is do we really look at him as a we'll see right there, the franchise tag for defensive tackle. Thank you, Ty Church. It's $24.5 million. They're not gonna do that. That's really overpaying. They're not gonna do that for Olsen. It's not gonna happen. That would be a bad business deal. Shane says, big time, do you think that the Cowboys will pay Michael Parsons more than what his true value is? What do you think is his number? Yes. He's a generational talent. He's not average. He's not in the category of saying he's above average. He's not that. He's great. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about him on the podcast, and him talking too much, and he befriending, and I don't like it myself, and befriending the enemies and all that. But make no mistake about it, when he puts pads on, he's a force. He's a serious problem. He does things that not many men can do. And so, yeah, somebody gonna pay him. I mean, in the Cowboys, you're gonna have to pay him. He's earned the right. See, how many years he been in the league, y'all? 4 years. Let's see, he was Defensive Rookie of the Year his first year and first team All-Pro in his rookie year. Second year, he was first team All-Pro. Third year, I believe he was second team All-Pro. And last year, of course, he missed all those games, but when he was in the game, good Lord, he still had over double digits of sacks. And he missed all those games. So, and then, of course, he's one of, I believe, 4 people in the history of this league. Notice what I just said now. In the history of this league, that has over 50 sacks in his first 4 years. In the history of the league, it's only 4. He's one of those 4. So he's on a Hall of Fame type trajectory right now. Obviously. His true value is he the best, is he the best defensive player in the league? That's where the debate will start. But one thing about that is not up for debate. He may not be the best, but he's one of them. It ain't no question about that. It ain't too many names gonna go in front of him. It shouldn't. And please don't give me no one-hit wonder. I don't want to hear about that. He's a ball player. He's double-digit sacks every year. He's like a queen on a chessboard. Just move everywhere. Wherever you put him, he's gonna be effective. He's just one of those type dudes that, number one, you don't get rid of. And to answer the question, I don't know who. I don't know who the highest paid. I hate to call the name, but I believe it's Myles Garrett. I believe I'm right. So whatever his number is, I really believe it ought to be more. Kid ain't number 25 years old. He ain't even reached his prime yet. Now that's the real truth. He haven't even reached his prime. So I have no doubt that whoever the highest paid is, Michael shouldn't break the bank on him more, but he should be He should be the highest paid player in the league. Defensive player, that is. Now, I understand what he said about, taking less and all that type of stuff. See, I got a problem with that. See, if you taking less, it don't necessarily mean the Jones gonna do what they supposed to do by getting you some help. I wouldn't give them none of my money. I earned this. Michael Parsons earned it. It's not his fault that he's the best. They knew this day was coming. They knew that Michael Parsons, they knew where he was with his, with his trajectory. They knew it all the time. And now it's time. It's time. Guess what? It's his time. The man, you brought him in to be the best player he can be. Hey, guess what? He all pro just about every year. The Cowboys are the only people that like to punish their star players with all this waiting around, with all this extra drama on whether you're going to pay him or not. They did it with Dak last year. They did it with CD. The list go on and on. They did it with Emmitt Smith. They did it with DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So we the only team I know that want to act like they got to find some more things out before they finally make the decision on pay the guy. You know that they're going to pay Michael Parsons. I don't know why. But this way, if you're going to do it, it'll help you out with your salary cap by extending them. This is not hard. We ain't got time for all this wasting around and all that type of stuff. Let's go on and get it. Ty Church said Parsons probably be 38 to 40 million a year. I can see that, especially if the Cowboys don't. Exactly, Matt. Especially if we don't do what we're supposed to do. This is what we have to. This is what we need. We need to hurry up and get him signed, get him extended. That will help us in our salary cap relief this coming up season. It's no question. We need that. None. So, to answer your question, sometimes you don't want to overpay for a guy, but these are one of these dudes you have to. He's different. He's different. He is. He's different. A lot of y'all want to take it because he talked and all that. Okay. When he get on the field, he's a problem. When he gets on the field, exactly, Greg. We've already kind of said that. These are the common sense things to do. We all know that Dak Prescott will count, I think, 89. 89. $89 million. That's on for the cap here this year. He has to be restructured. There ain't nothing to talk about. He has to be restructured. The question is when. Then CD is $34 million. He can be restructured. Just those two alone, as we've said plenty of time on this show, just those two alone will open up 98 point whatever million dollars on the cap. Just those two. Of course you need to do that. I mean, everybody know this, but this is the Dallas Cowboys. So they usually try to be the smartest people in the room, do the opposite of what the fan base is saying. They choose the hard road. That's the way I look at it. They choose the hard life. So, just got to make sure. Hey, Richard, you're an Eagle fan coming in. So, it is what it is. Good old Eagle fans coming in. So, again, some things are common sense with the Cowboys. The things ought to be common sense. They, on the other hand, Well, I can add to that, Gregor. Uh, you can restructure steel. You can restructure steel. You're over $100 million now. You know, this really, it's not hard, but they're making it harder than what it really should be. That's the way I look at it. So, stay tuned. That's all I can say. We got time right now. If you bet money, you're saying the Cowboys are really being janky. I agree, Richard. You're not gonna get no argument with me. So I can tell you this, Richard. If you're coming in looking for a Cowboy fan that's gonna argue with you Eagle fans, especially when y'all are the world champion and got the trophy to prove that y'all the best, I'd be real stupid arguing with you right now. Howie is the best GM. One of them, at least. It's just a different philosophy. Every Cowboy fan that's at least in my group will agree with you. We have Jerry Jones and they have Howie. That's easy to see. They don't even require an argument at all. Yeah. So let me see. Tommy says we getting Debo. Me personally, I wouldn't want Debo, Tommy, because he's starting to break down. But I will say this: if you get a Debo, it ain't hurting you. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't want it because I think Debo is starting to get a little bit more injury prone now. And I'd rather go young. Just me. So I don't want. I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him. Just starting to break down, man. See, I don't want. That's the Cowboy way too. Cowboys love to get guys who are slowly but surely leaving their prime or they've been injury prone, and that's the perfect signing for a Cowboy. That's what they do. So Debo would fit into it. I would love Debo on the football field and the locker room because he has that doggish mentality that we don't really have. You know what I'm saying? We really don't. See, Debo is a flat out pure dog. Debo would bring that physicality to this team that we just don't see. We don't have. Oh, you ain't getting Michael Parsons, Richard. You forget that. Michael Parsons is a guy that would get franchised, even though he's under contract for this year and next year. So he ain't going nowhere. He ain't gonna be all this wrong talking about trades and all that type of stuff. Steven didn't say it. Jared didn't say it. ESPN said it. They love stirring up controversy. So, but he ain't going nowhere. Michael's not. Even if he had to get franchised, it's gonna happen. You actually be cheaper paying him on a franchise tag because it ain't gonna equal up for what you would be paying. So I doubt. I don't know. Somebody look it up for me real quick. What is the franchise tag as of right now for a linebacker? He's not considered an edge. Even though Michael plays a lot, he would be. Well, he would be. I take that back. He would be listed as an edge. So what is the franchise tag for an edge? Somebody put that out there for me. What's the franchise tag for a defensive end? That'll be another reason why the Cowboys are gonna sign him, because their franchise tag may be a little crazy. So that'd be real crazy with that. So I tell y'all to call that line. Nobody ain't called in. I told y'all got it tonight. One person called in with Coach Mars. I thought for sure y'all gonna have it. Other than let me see. Okay. 24 million. Well, that would be a bargain for the Cowboys in dealing with Michael Parsons. That would be. Because if you're paying Parsons, you're going to be in the $30+ million range anyway, if you extend him. And that's if he's, even if he decides to take a pay cut, really, to be honest with you, he could ask for 35. So if you're paying him 30, well, there go your deal, if you want to call that a deal. Even if it's a cut, if he says, I'll take the 30. I mean, if the franchise tag is 24 million, it's Michael's already passed that. You know that. I'm sorry, Matt say 21 million. Whether it's 21 or 24, Michael Parsons would demand more of a yearly salary than that. It's just the truth. So, I mean, there's some people you can't avoid. There's some people you cannot avoid. There's some salaries, if you want to keep them, you are going to have to pay. Michael Parsons is one of those dudes. You just can't get rid of it. You can't. Michael Parsons, you can't escape the salary. You can't escape it. You got to pay him. And they are going to pay him. The Cowboys just ain't used to it. They ain't used to having the best or one of the best at the position. Well, they just experienced it with Dak. That's why they paid him $60 million. You just experienced it. The Cowboys don't want to do it. They ain't used to that. The history shows they get rid of people like that. Which means the best players are not coming to your team. Which then leads, of course, to the Sesame Street free agents that we get. See the difference? We love. Yeah, man, it won't even be close. He whatever, who, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong. I think it's Myles Garrett. I think I'm right. Is Myles Garrett the highest paid? Somebody look it up for me again. Is Myles Garrett the highest paid defender in the league? Defensive player in the league? I believe I'm right. Whatever Myles Garrett is, and I think Myles Garrett is over 30. I believe I'm right. And if Myles Garrett is over 30, then Michael Parsons, and keep in mind, he is 20, he's only 25 years old. And I already got on his resume, 3 All-Pro teams? Man, come on now. He's already got at least 3 All-Pro teams? Or was it 4? No, it's 3. Man, can't draw that up. He's going to have to get paid more. Somebody help me out real quick on that. I need to know who is the highest paid and the salary of the highest paid. Is it Bosa? Okay, how much is Bosa getting paid? How much is Bosa getting paid a year? Well, no question, Chris. Everybody know that. But We're dealing with Jerry and Stephen Jones. So you can forget that. It'll be a dream. It'll be like Madden 26 or whatever. But y'all know Jerry. You know Steve. Nowhere in the world Stephen paying $30 million. Bosa, I said Bosa, my son just looked it up for me. Nick Bosa is getting paid $34 million a season. So come on, y'all. And I'm not trying to diminish Bosa at all, but Bosa is a dog. But if Nick Bosa is getting paid $34 million, come on, y'all. What do you think that man Michael Parsons is? Man, come on, man. This ain't hard. If you believe that if Nick Bosa is getting paid that amount of money, then I'm here to tell you, if he's getting 34, Michael Parsons will deserve 35 plus. Whatever it is, if it's 38, if it's 36, whatever the case may be, but he's supposed to get paid that amount of money. What Nick Bosa got. So it ain't even, it's not even a question for me. It's not even a question. Oh, no question. If he's franchise, he leaving. Franchise tag again is, I think y'all put it in there. I think y'all said franchise tag is 25 million. I mean, come on now. That's way less. The only way that will work is unless Michael Parsons did what he said, and that is he'll take a pay cut, really. If he knows that you're trying to acquire somebody. If you're trying to acquire somebody, then I get it. But other than that, you better go get your money while you can. Well, at the time, though, Matt, Bosa was like that. Bosa just have been hurt a lot. That's crazy money, but at the time when it was his time, he was ready. He was that dominant. Yes, he was. So, I think we got to keep that in mind now. He said Jerry may have to give him his yacht. Now, I really believe Michael Parsons when he said it, because Michael has the talk of a guy who really wants to win. I believe that about Michael. And Michael talks a lot about guys who he would like to play with in free agency, because he hasn't figured out that, sometimes you got to load this gun up, you know what I'm saying, with some real bullets in order to win. That's kind of where he is. So I believe him. It's just that the problem is his front office doesn't match his desire. Michael Parsons wants some legitimate help, like the Myles Garrett's of the world. All these other guys. He wants the best of the best on his team. And you can't say it can't be done, because everybody else is doing it around the league. Everybody. They can. You can't say it don't work when the world champion Philadelphia Eagles just showed you. I thought that if you listen to the Cowboys always say, well, we can't get free agents because we have to pay our quarterback X amount of money, or we have to pay, there's only so much pie. That's what they say, there's only so much pie. And Philadelphia ain't thinking about that. Philadelphia went in, not only when you got your quarterback, which you weren't supposed to get nobody from, the Eagles not only got Saquon, first, The Eagles got A.J. Brown paid, and then they paid Devontae Smith. And then they come up on top of that and pay Saquon Barkley. I don't know what they talking about. So Michael is really saying like, hey, we want to win. That's what the Eagles said. Michael saying we want to win. I would love to have some help. But he ain't getting no help. He's not getting the help. Because, not that you can't. It's just that Jerry and Steven have a different philosophy, obviously. And their philosophy is not going to get you anywhere now. Now when every other team is loading up the gun with some real bullets. Come on now. You ain't gonna beat Philly with your draft and developmental system. I'm gonna even carry it further. I've been saying for the last couple of days, you ain't gonna even beat Washington. Washington has over $100 million worth of cap room. They already got a great little young quarterback, and he's on a rookie deal. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to load it up as best as you can before you have to pay the quarterback. Washington got right now over $100 million going into the second year with Jaden Daniels as the quarterback. You already know what Washington is getting ready to do. They're getting ready to do what I said. Now, I don't mean that you have to get 700 free agents. That ain't going to happen. But you can at least get one impactful guy. You can at least get one. Washington finna go get two or three of them. That's what they getting ready to do. Because they're going to get all they can while Jaden Daniels is on a rookie deal. That's the way you're supposed to do it. But just because your quarterback is not on a rookie deal, there's too much evidence that shows that you can get somebody. That's what it shows. Need I remind you of Philly, what they did this year? One man made that much of a difference in Saquon. Y'all saw that. Need I remind you of what Need I remind you of what the Rams did when they won the Super Bowl? Traded for Stafford, went out and got some help. Jalen Ramsey went out and got, Brockers and all that. So you can't tell me that you can't do it. Because I say, remember what Tampa Bay did when Brady went down there and won the Super Bowl? Shoot, they did it Brady's way. They did. Brady brought his guys in. Gronk, everybody else. Look, you can't tell me it can't be done, man. You can't tell me that. I ain't got to look at Super Bowl champions. I can just look at regular teams who have done it. They just didn't win. How in the world Miami got their money? They paid Tua. They paid Tyreek Hill. They paid Jaden Waddle. You can't tell me it can't be done. Detroit. They paid Goff. Then they paid Amar St. Brown. Hello. Didn't they? Huh? Then they paid Ty Montgomery. I mean, come on now. You can't tell me it can't be done. It's just the Cowboys just believe in this myth that you can't manipulate the salary cap. That's just the bottom line. Everybody else doing. I don't know what class they taking. They ain't caught up yet. They haven't caught up to the rest of the league. Exactly, Matt. I said this on the show a couple days ago. It's Philly is gonna be Philly. But the team that you better be watching out for is the Washington Commanders. I'm serious. They got $100 million to play with. They got a great coach. They got a great coach in Quinn. And let's not forget, they have Irvin Magic Johnson in the building. They got the owner of the Commanders. Forgive me, I had a brain fart. I forgot his name. A guy who used to own the New Jersey Devils in the NHL. This guy's used to winning championships. He won in hockey. I ain't got to say nothing about Magic Johnson. See, what everybody don't know is other than him winning as a player, he just won a World Series with the Dodgers where he's part owner. He's won championships in the WNBA, being an owner for the Sparks. He won there. He won a soccer championship, where he owns part of the soccer team there. I mean, this dude, man, look, y'all. I don't. These guys, no championships. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And if you don't think that Washington is not about to spend some money this offseason on prime free agents, real free agents, difference makers, they're going to stack that deck, man. They're about to stack the deck. And if the Cowboys don't look, you ain't gonna catch up with them unless you just have a different, philosophy. The Cowboys should come out with at least one guy. And according to look here, and the way I look at it is, that's really all it takes. You just got to be the right one at the right spot. Philadelphia always have been pretty good, but it took one man to turn it all the way crazy around. And that one man was Saquon Barkley. 2,000 plus yards. 2,000 plus yards later, they raising the trophy in there. So much so, Kellen Moore, who we complained about for years, who didn't have a running game, got to Philadelphia real quick, changed his philosophy. Guess what? They ran the ball like crazy. And guess what they are now? World champions. So you can't tell me that one guy don't make a difference. Who that guy is for the Cowboys, I don't know, because they got a lot of work to do. But it's got to be some free agents in there that's going to make a huge impact. Same way Saquon did. But will they do it? Part I don't know. I don't trust them at all. All right? You got to really think about this type of stuff. You got to think about this type of stuff. I'm serious. See, we worried about all this kind of stuff. Look, you better be watching your division, because that's the competition between Philly and Washington. You had better stay close. You had better stay close. If you don't stay close, you're gonna have a problem. You find yourself almost at the bottom of the barrel of the NFC East. The Giants ain't number really a quarterback away to becoming way better. They're only just a step away, one quarterback away. I ain't saying they finna go do like everybody else. I'm just saying it's the truth. And until we catch up with philosophy, I'm not sure. If all you want to do is draft and develop, it is what it is. Exactly, Matt. Just perfect example. It's just the total opposite. They ain't even pick up the phone for Derrick Henry. See, it's that philosophy right there that's just killing me. And I'm the biggest Cowboy fan, as y'all know, that you'll see. Is you didn't pick up the phone. Like, the man was begging you. The man was begging you. He was. He was begging you to come to Dallas. Y'all didn't even pick up the phone. Crazy, man. Crazy. And that ought to let you know about these running backs because they just didn't want to pay the money for the running back. That's why we can go committee. We can go committee. Okay. Okay. I wonder do they have that same approach now? We can go committee. We go by committee. We can go by committee. Really? Really? That's what they said last year. I want to do what they had. Do they have the same thing now? Since you saw how they went, even though Rico played well. See, that's another hidden thing, and then I'll be through after this. That's another thing, though. You know, if you don't sign Rico, I mean, like, what are we gonna get? 2 running backs in the draft? Or I mean, I'm gonna be plenty of running backs as free agents. I get that. But I'm just saying they're gonna have to make a decision on him because Rico played himself into some money too, y'all. You know the truth be told. Rico is a good back. I don't think he would start anywhere, but then again, depending on the team, he might start too, but Rico done paid himself just a little money. Not no $10 million a year. I think he was getting paid $850,000. Well, if you dang gonna buy $4 million in Rico face or 3.5 or whatever, he might take it. Especially if he coming in as a backup. Especially, if he's a backup, you might get away with Rico for $3 million, $3-4 million. Because that's a big raise. If you're only getting paid $850,000, and then all of a sudden you got a chance to make 3.5 to 4. That's a big. I'm just saying they got to make a decision on Rico. Unless you telling me you have a plan to, I don't think it would be that, but and see, these are questions that's going to be answered rather quickly before the draft. If Rico is not signed by the draft, then I know something that will tell me that we will be getting running back in the draft. Don't necessarily mean it's Genty now if he's there. No, I just believe that they will go in the second round. I mean, the second round to get the running back. I just believe that. I don't think they want to, because they believe in their ways, and they already done get, they ain't trying to get a first round running back. I just don't think they are. I think they learned from Ezekiel Elliott, even though Zeke was productive. I just don't think that they're really going to try to do that over again. I think they'll go the cheap route, if you want to say that, second round, maybe even the third round running back, and you ain't going to have to pay as much on the first contract anyway, rookie contract. They're not going to do that. So, I can see that. So, I can see Hampton and Caleb Johnson and whoever else you want to bring up. But if they don't sign Rico, we're gonna be in the need for 2 running backs. And they very well go free agents, go get one of them Sesame Street free agents, running back guy. Go get a running back that's gonna get cut. It'll be the committee approach again, but it just depends on who we get as a running back. That's the way I feel about it. So, again, y'all, a lot of questions right now. A lot of questions that, unfortunately, that's going to have to be answered in a couple of weeks. I think March 12th is free agency start. We still got a couple of weeks to go. Some of this is going to have to be done before the draft, though. So it is what it is. Well, we ain't worried about it, Zeke Elliott, man. Zeke Elliott is not. He's washed. Zeke Elliott Richard is really restricted to the latter years of Jerome Bettis, where Jerome would come in in goal line situations. That's where Zeke is. He's not on number one running back anymore. Someone would debate on saying even if he's a number 2 running back. So I don't know. I don't see it. Exactly, Greg. I agree. The way that we treat free agency will tell you all you need to know about the draft. I'm serious. It will tell you all you need to do. So we will know how this thing really turning out. No, I don't care how good our coaching staff is. They got to play the game. They have to. The players play. It's good to have good coaching staff. I'm not trying to say the coaching don't matter. It does matter. Schemes matter. But if you gonna tell me all I got is just regular guys trying to accomplish a big goal, then I'm gonna have a problem with you. That's why I sit back, y'all. That's why I ain't hyped. Because I know who hand is in right now. This Jerry Jones. That's why I don't even get hyped. I don't. I can't even be optimistic. Because I'm sorry. I have no faith in Jerry and Steven. This is when they mess everything up. So I'm not excited. I'm neutral right now. I'm very neutral. Because I'm used to seeing Jerry and Steven not get involved in the real game. So why should I feel good about it? Seriously. I can't even get excited about it. And then I hear Stephen Jones today. Oh, shit. Yeah. Stephen Jones talking about we going to selectively. Oh, man, what I have behind me is it's a doctrine. Dallas Cowboy University. Let me read it to you. Cowboy University has said upon recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the Board of Trustees of the 5-time Super Bowl champions by the virtue of the authority granted to them hereby bestowed upon Douglas L. Brooks Jr., which is my name, for completing the required viewing, cheering, trash talking, and armchair quarterback time to be considered an expert, and is hereby presented with this doctorate of Dallas Cowboy football, and is entitled to all the rights and privileges thereunto, at the time signed by head coach Mike McCarthy and owner Jerry Jones. So in other words, I'm a doctor of Dallas Cowboy football. I am. There ain't no doubt about it. I am. Shit, I know. Y'all know me. That's why some of y'all listen to me, some of y'all don't. Whatever the case. That's why my little show is, I'm not being braggadocious, but that's why my show is recommended across YouTube. That's why my show is monetized and all that type of stuff. Because I halfway kind of know what I'm talking about. And I know it enough to say that I don't trust Stephen Jones, and I do not trust Jerry Jones. And I'm the biggest Cowboy fan you ever see. I am. Freight train. Said that the Commanders were just one guy away. It's the truth. Richard say, "Oh, signed by Jerry Jones, no value there." And thanks, sir. I hear you, Richard. I hear you. So it is what it is. All right, I'm done. I appreciate y'all tonight. I left the line open for you. Y'all didn't want to. Thanks to those that stood with me for this whole time. Hope we get it right. I'll see you guys. My next scheduled time is Saturday at 3 o'clock, but I believe I'm going to do something before then. So for those that are subscribed to my channel by now, you should already have the notifications on when I come on live. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope that you would give me the consideration so that you might follow my show, and I would appreciate that. That helps out too. Man, appreciate you, Richard. I assume you're an Eagle fan. I got a lot of Eagle fans that follow me. They know they have a safe place here. We ain't gonna get into all the arguments and all. At least I ain't trying to. At least I'm not trying to. I'm the type to say if the Cowboys are horrible, I say they're horrible. If they play well, I'm the type to say they play well. It's just that simple. But I appreciate you, Richard. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that bell there, and so you can know when it's on. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all y'all for hanging with me. Listen, we're going to go and get out of here now. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. We will see you sometime this week. Just turn on those notifications, and I would appreciate it. I'm out of here, man. Appreciate you, Richard. I'm 52 years old. I was kind of supposed to be acting like my age. I'm supposed to be. So it is what it is. Listen, y'all take it easy. We'll see you sometime this week for the one and only. This has been the Big Time Show.